Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Jeff Goodwin here from Ninja Forex Traders. This morning, UK time, 8 o'clock. I'm joined with some fantastic Ninja colleagues. Say good morning. Morning. Hello.
Hello.
Morning.
Oh, morning. Yeah. So I'm going to share my charts. We'll take it from there. Oh, there was a few alerts going off there. Look, not too shabby at all. So just as a little, let you know, these on the right-hand side here, these are the trading instruments. Have to be honest, this is, and this strategy I do, this is the only one I'm currently trading. It is working well, and I know some throughout the year there's some ups and downs, so it's working well, so I'm sticking with it. So we'll have gold and silver, and then we'll move into the American indices. On your broker, the SPX 500 might be S&P 500, could be US 500, like US 30. NAS 100 could be US 100, US oil. Then we'll have some European ones. French 40, sometimes known as the CAC. US 100, sometimes known as the FTSE 100. German 30, sometimes known as Deutsche 30. Euro 50. This is sometimes known as the Nikkei 225, and that's the Aussie 200. So that's what I spend most of my time looking at, these ones here. If you want to take a snapshot of that, you're very welcome. Okay, so what I want to quickly do is take absolutely everything off my chart. I'm going to remove this. I'll just do a recap, because it's always good to start. And just to let you know, we are looking for a name for this strategy. Okay, so if I want to imagine I have nothing on, no indicators. What this here is, this is something one of the ninjas brought to my attention. It's called session breaks. You either switch it on or off. And for some people might find that easier, because that comes on when the market opens. Okay. So what this strategy about is looking back. So when market opens here, we look back a day. Look back one complete day of time. From there, we've got this sort of field of play right here. So just in here, okay? And what I'm asking myself is, where has the majority of the trading been? Where has the majority of the trading been throughout that day? Okay. And good for us, we have an incredibly easy indicator to use. The next thing I look for with this indicator, it tells me we're 70% of the trading been is in the whole day, the previous day before. I don't know about you, but I would find that very useful, 70%. The next thing, what it gives us, by going back testing, when we find out where to switch it on, this line here, yeah, this one was a bit too easy because it was at that point. I'll show other ones in a minute. It tells us straight away how much profit we could potentially make just by looking at it, if we go for a specific line. Now, at the moment, I'm keeping it very simple. I'm not adding other strategies with this. However, if you know price action, if you know how to use your indicators like the matrix and the ninjacator, which I do, you can use this to your advantage. Any questions on that so far? Morning, Anne. No, I'll carry on. So I'm just going to make this bigger. So I've switched on my volume indicator, which I find up here. I go to indicators, volume profile. And if you have a paid for version of TradingView, you see it there. Yeah. If you don't have a paid for version of TradingView, you can get similar results, and I'll show you how to do that just now. So what you would do, you would go over here, and you look down here, something called fixed ranged volume profile. I'll compare it, and you go from here, just edit from there to the end. Yeah, and we get a line. And now I'm going to put on my indicator. You see, it's very similar, not exact, but very similar in terms of the line. So people are struggling because they don't have to pay for one, or they don't want to upgrade, or whatever reason. We can do this, but it's just a little bit of work. So that little bit of work is you have to take it from the end of one day to the end of one day. I'll show you that again. Yeah, I'll just go here, fixed range. That's fixed range volume profile. We'll go from one day, from the price, all the way to the other price. And you see it's not exact, but it's similar to the previous day. Does anyone have any questions at this point? I assume that's a no. Thank you very much. Easy so far? Yeah, easy. Now you would see from, let's say, this one here. So that's the first step. Okay. The second step, you notice there's different colors. Sometimes I have mine blue, sometimes I have them gray, pink, different. Depends. I must be having a pinky gray morning. But now you think of the name for this strategy. I put up various suggestions last night. Well, it's fantastic input. Thank you. I thought, well, you tell me what I thought when I draw these lines. I drew a line. You know how it changes color from that pink? Can everybody see that pink to gray? Can you see that? I don't know my sound. Is my sound working?
Yes, we can see that.
Oh,
well, I
okay.
can see that.
I wasn't sure it was working. Thank you, Kathy. So all I'm doing is I'm drawing a line. You watch the video, so I draw a line that the previous day. So what it is, I go back in time. I go back in time, and I just place that there on there. If you're using a slightly different, if yours looks slightly different, if yours looks maybe a bit like blocky like that, it might be slightly different, but see, just put it on the edge between the pink and the gray there. That's all I'm doing. I like it so it's nice and I don't get any of the blocks. So it looks like it should change. I'll change it. There it is there. So that'd be called value area low. This is the value area where 70% is in this area. And this is the value area high. Easy, yeah? I drew one more line, only one more line. So we've got one line, two lines. And my third line is drawn at the previous day. So I'm going to go back in time one day. And I just draw that so it's in line with that. Question up here. Thank you. So that's our three lines drawn. Questions? Can everybody do that with the trading view? I assume you can. Okay. Now there's different ways to look at this, but for just now, I'm going to remove this here. I'm going to remove this here. Okay. If it lets me. So all I'm really seeing is, switch this off as well. I see the 3 lines. One, we have this one, which is the value area high. I'll mark this up. So all I do is I click on that, go to my settings button, and I type in the value area high. And here is one. Oh, I'll do it again. Value area high. If I wanted, I actually could save that as a template. Just what I've done there. I can set the size. I can get that all nice. I can go that. Press save as. Paste that in there. Value area high. So any time in the future, it will come up. So I'm going to do something similar with this one here. This is the value area low. Save that as a template. Low. Good. And the third line, this is our target. So switch this back on. We're just double checking. This is a value area. This here is the value area, where 70% of the trading has been the whole day. This one's not going to amount to much because we're already hit it. But now you understand that we can apply it to the rest. We have one more line to mark. Yeah, so I'm going to click on the exact same rules. I'm going to call this target POC. You can call it whatever you wish. And I'm going to save that as template target POC. One, two, three. I might your face has popped up on my computer there. So that was yesterday. So we went back in time, and now this is today. We're going back in time to tell the future. Wouldn't that be good if you could tell the future in the financial markets?
Mm-hmm. That'll work.
So that's exactly what we're doing with this. And what I'm saying with this one here, if you look at this nice and big here, unfortunately for the gold, this one, it did hit, but it never showed the swing that I was looking for to show you. Okay, but we can look at many. Look at many. Now, depending on the broker you use, that line from the previous day could be in a different location. Yeah, because it might be just a slightly different. But some of them have like this line could have been potentially been here, depending on the broker. This one here could also have been here, or Awanda's slightly different. So use the one that's closest to your broker. So let's say, for example, on my phone, if I'm using my phone, I'll check the price levels and I'll use the brokers for that. I don't want too much advance for that. But you can see here, there's many. For the guy, yeah, there's many here for gold. So here we have line 1, line 2, line 3. And our first aim is to go, if, for example, if the market opens it here, our aim would be to come for this one here. It just appeared in there. So it's achieved our target. We can then go on and do other things, but we'll talk about that at a later date. Questions? Does somebody have any questions at this point, please?
Quick question. Does it matter what time frame we're on when we do this? Do we do all this on the 5 minute to start off with, or?
I've completely moved over to the 5 minute. I used to do it at the 15 minute also.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now,
okay.
some people that like the idea of structure and different things, they could, for example, look at the 1 hour, to look at the structure of part of the move and seeing what's happening. You might, like, for example, after it hits there, you can notice what it does, and you may want to get in for a continuation down. And that's what that's showing you. But for me, initially I did it in the 15 and 5 minute, and now I've completely changed over to the 5 minute. The reasons for that, thank you for the question. The reason I do that is because it's for tighter exits. For tighter exits, that's the reason why.
Thanks, Joe.
You're very welcome, thank you. So what I'm now going to do is talk about exits in a minute. Before I do that, I'm now going to switch on I've switched this one off. I'm just looking at the matrix. Yeah, nothing else. So when I'm on my 5 minute for my matrix, Ninja Matrix, which we all know and love, this is the settings I use for this. I've not played with any of these. They've got this at 0, but you do as you wish. I know one of the guys does 4.5, it's different, whatever works for you, but this works for me. Most important is the matrix time frame, 30 minutes for me. Because it just, for me, it just works. For example, if we look at this one here, the green, let's say I wanted the previous one as a sell. Yeah, I missed a bit up here. I would sell here. That my aim is to go down to this one. I've achieved my aim. Now I have options. I can choose to exit the trade if this was my target here, or potentially look for a continuation, or as I mentioned, the price going in discovery mode. And I would have exited you round about here when it changes color from in that candle or that candle. So I'm also using the matrix as an exit. So I'll now show you this. So imagine we get into this trade and we made a decision to stay in the trade. And as long as the matrix is your sell, your short, for me it's red. As long as it stays red, I stay in this trade. Yeah, I just stay in the trade. Let me just check something here for a minute. Oh, I've actually lost something up here. Give me a minute. That's there. Yeah. So I want to imagine, just as an example, you decided you would get in at that point. Yeah. And you're staying in all this here, and you're staying in the trade. You're seeing it going down. You see it coming back up. You're like, oh, it's getting a bit. Then it's good. You can get out anytime you wish, and it comes down. But eventually, I would exit when that goes from that pinky red to my green. So I would choose to exit there. So I use that as a safeguard. And the reason why I say that, when you're trading with gold and silver and indices, they can move very fast the other way. They can move very fast the other way, spike up. So that's why I've chosen for the 5 minute time frame. Does anyone have any questions on that, please?
Would you do a trailing stop loss at all, Jeff, on yours or not?
I personally just do this manually. Some people potentially could use, and the ninjas were very fortunate. We have something called the exit manager. You talk about trading stop with MT4, the automatic one.
No, I didn't know whether you did it manually, sort of just move your stop loss as the price went down.
Yeah, you could do that, and I do that if I'm out and about. Sometimes on my phone, I potentially move the trailing stop there and down there. I see it come down, come back up, come down, and as soon as it passes this point here, I would then move the stop loss to there. So see what I'll draw that out actually. let's say price comes down there, goes back up, and then it comes down. When price there, when it passes, price passes this area here and continues, I would then move it down from whatever it was to here. Then again, you could do that from there again. Switch this off. It's the same again, and you could do that because that it goes down again. Move that down there. You could certainly do that. Does everybody understand what I did there? Or shall I do a bit slower?
No.
Are we okay? And then it goes up, comes down, goes up, goes down again. For me, could you potentially move that there? You potentially could have. But we've had a good run. We're pretty happy. I would take that. That was just an example of how I use the matrix. I call that a stop profit. Yep, I'm using the matrix as when it goes the other way. You get the ping on your phone or computer or tablet or whatever you're using. I look at my phone and I call it exit the trade. So I right click that there. So after I've entered the trade for the sell, if for this instance, and once it's in the little profit, I set my alert Ninja Matrix up. In this case, it would be once per bar close. The reason why once per bar close, because I want the full 5 minutes, because it could go up and flick down. In this case, it did go up and come down, but I have choices. For some people, if they were in this trade, they'd be very happy. Yeah, I know it was late last night, UK time, but it's all about choices for this particular one. There's trades that happen throughout the day. Yeah, and that's it. That's how I use that as a stop profit. And have a look at I missed that. I never set that correctly, actually. I'll do that again. And I would say exit. Let's see what I've done it previously with another one. Exit the trade and the name of the trading instrument. That would be exit the trade. So I'm telling myself a command. You can do that or not, or you can say potentially exit the trade. But so it comes up on my phone, on my computer. I'm saying, "Whoa, it's a strong message. Exit the trade." I like the idea of a strong message. That way, it's came the potential to the end of the run. Yeah, would have been a little bit more, but hey, we would be happy with what we've got. Questions, please. Okay, so that's basically the setup. What we'd like to do is just look at the markets, what have happened today so far. Sound fair enough?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So I'll put this back on. So as you know, gold opened at the price it was supposed to go to, so we can't really say, we can't claim anything one way or a loss or a profit, or that's the target. But this strategy, that's a target. Later on, we'll add a further development. But for now, we want to get this because it does work well. Let's go down to silver. This one here is silver. So now notice here with silver, if this one's got a red mark, that's because with this one you need a different row size. That's just put into the complicated. See how it now appears, and magically these should appear, but they've moved for some reason. I don't know why that is. It's changed from last. Oh, okay, here we go. I was confused. So let me just check. Who do we? Kathy, you there, please?
Yes. I'm trying to get my screen to look like yours, so
okay,
I'll concentrate now. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll take it. So there's nothing on there. Okay, so that's today. Orange is going to go back in time 1 day. Yep.
Yep.
But we've done that. And all I do is I draw my 3 lines. 1, 2, 3. Value area high, value area low, target. Can you see that at all?
Yes. Yes.
From the previous day. I know you're trying to get it to look the same. Now, yours may look something like, and the style, it may look, these here might be different. Okay, that you have it as you wish. I don't like it, when it out the box, it shows you buyers and sellers, and I just want it nice and simple. 3 lines. Don't overcomplicate it, just nice 3 lines. And I marked it the high, marked it the low, on our target. Yeah. So
yeah.
What I then do is you can either keep this on or not, but I'm going to ask you a couple of questions in a minute. So because you said you looked at the homework, I'm now going to switch on the matrix. No, it looks a bit busy there, so we can now we've done the 3 lines. We can potentially, can't always, but more advanced, we would actually, when we get to the more advanced, we'll look at this and I'll show you what this is doing. Yep. For the people that have done this before, this would be called a double distribution profile. This is a one here and there's another one here. But all I'm going to do is switch this off now. And I'm only going to focus on the 3 lines. 1, 2, 3. So market opens here. Yep.
Yep.
I can now forget about this. Can forget what's left because when back in time to look for our target, went back in time for a value area high and low. I put on my matrix. I'm going to double check for me. It's on the 30-minute. I'm happy. It's like a pilot's checklist. Check. Yep. What do we do next? We put on our Ninjacator. You can choose to do it with it, without it. Okay. But you can see already, we've got an indicator. I know in normal candles for a moment. Sometimes I do this on normal candles, sometimes I can actually, but it's telling me there at this point here, we had one there before when it was above it, when it rejected this price for a retest, and it come back down. Just switch on the Heikin-Ashi, so you can see that there now. So but you see with the Heikin-Ashi, it tells us, sorry, apologize. We were in a red zone there when we were getting quite excited that you were staying at there. And I'd be looking to enter the trade at this point. Yeah. But that's why I always go back to this one here. And some people may have entered the trade at this candle. Yeah. And if they did enter the trade at this candle, because of this here, or even there, I'd probably, because you wouldn't enter the trade, the original one, and we'll keep it to that one just now, you don't enter the trade until it's inside this value area between this one and this one. Some people may have entered in there, had a slight drawdown before going to the profit. So I actually took it from halfway through there. So I think it was halfway through. She would have had a slight drawdown before that the target is there. Now that's your first target there. Easy so far, Kathy?
Yep, so far.
And from you watched the videos, is that similar to as you experienced it by watching the video?
Yes, yeah. I watched the 2-hour one that you did, like the original one. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So
I wasn't sure whether you waited for the 5-minute candle to end before. Does the candle have to end in the target zone, in the value area?
value area, yes. Now, that one there, look at that, did end, and we have a new one here. So
Yeah.
if we're
So you wait for it to finish, that particular candle to finish.
Yeah, if we're using the Aikinashi, so I'll go back to normal candles, and this is why sometimes it's that one there breaks through. That one there, as long as the body is through the line, the body is through the line, or the majority of it is on the other side, rather than a wick, the next candle I would be tempted to enter the trade.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because we all like to get early entries, but we could say in hindsight, looking at it now, this one here looks way better. Oh, why didn't I want it? There would have been zero drawdown. You could have got that one. Yeah, or that would have been there if they were using this matrix. Sorry, ninja down. You'd have entered in this one here, Kathy. That's what you're saying, I think.
Yeah.
So there've been zero drawdown with that one there. Yeah. So whether it be from halfway through this one or that one, I'll just use Kathy's one just from there. So you take profit one, we want to call it take, or that's your target, you've achieved it. As long as the matrix stays red, stay in the trade, stay in the trade, stay in the trade, exit the trade there. When it turns green, you get your beep. So that was your first win last night. If you were in that there, 2:15 a.m. Just about going to bed then, so I was not in that trade. So
That'd cover your 10 pips a day, Paul. Oh, he's not there.
yeah,
it would do if I was up at 2 in the morning.
yeah. Now, next question we have. What's the next question people would typically ask at this time? Where's the stop loss? Yep. And we're very fortunate. It's what Kevin's done with the Ninjacator. He's gave us some really, really good apply support and resistance lines. Now, if I can get this to work, you notice above there, we have lines appearing when it goes to the high and the low. You see that there? Up there? So for me, I would place it either above there or above there. Your choice. So
Yeah, that makes sense. That's what we've done before.
yeah, so either just up there or, I know we're doing this in the hindsight, obviously, or up there. If you're feeling like you want to, now these here, these are going to be a bit more than your 10 pips. Okay, these are using points. Okay, so a bit different, but so when you look at these stop losses may appear a little bit scary, just so you know. And that's another reason why I use the matrix as an exit. If you're doubting, it's okay to stop the trade, a break even, or a small loss, just until you practice it actually on demo first. Like that there, some people may have panicked when it went that way there, and before it coming down. And then you'd be shooting yourself in the foot. You're like, why did I do that? Why did I do that? Yeah. So if in doubt, just wait for it to, remember, it's going to, it breaks through, it retests, then it pops through. So if someone can help me how to apply the risk to reward, please, who feels comfortable telling me what to do to get the risk to reward?
I don't mind.
Thanks, James.
So you go on the short position.
Short position, yeah. And we'll just take this. We'll take this one, the one that Kathy mentioned. We'll use this one. It's a bit lower down.
Yeah.
Yeah. If that's the one so we'll just take it that one there.
Yeah, use that one there. Yeah.
Yeah. So what do I do now?
So I drag from the top line. So there's that, and then I drag that down to where you're putting your stop loss.
And where would you have potentially taken it from this? Would you
So
take
what
it? Yeah.
I've been putting it above the previous candle.
Okay, so something like there.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Okay, so we use that for just now. Okay, and what do I then do? So our first
Drag
target,
the bottom.
if we were to
green line.
exit
Oh,
there
sorry.
on that line, on the target, if we set the target for an exit, take profit, James is with his, the way he would do it, it's 1 to 3.72. So you would use your normal risk to reward, lot size calculator, and away you go. I believe silver's in there. I'll have to double check. James, is that how you use it typically? Something like that?
Yeah, that would be how I would use it.
Yep, thank you. So let's say we chose to stay in the trade because we want to get as much out of this as possible. One of the reasons for the matrix is it's really useful to help people stay in the trade longer. And at this point, when it goes green, it's either going to go up there or down. I'm just going to take it in the middle for just now because I went all that way up, come back down, so there. So that risk to reward, if we stayed into the exit using the matrix, is 1 to 6.81. So I'm going to do 1 to 6.8 with silver, and that was today. Questions, please. I'd like to ask Paul or Kevin or any other leaders on here like to add anything at any time. Hi, Andrew. Alan, John, I saw you there.
The only thing I would say at the minute is obviously how many of these are we getting at kind of London Open. That said, if I could get one at a 1 to 6 out of all those pairs that you look at, that's fine. So I'm not complaining in any way. Have you found the best time to trade it to get the most trades?
Yes.
I found my best time was New York opening.
Right.
Yeah, there's depending on the trading instrument, I would say there's best times. New York Open, 2:30 UK time for indices in gold. It's very extremely volatile, just like but there's a big push at that between 2 to 2:45. I noticed a big push with these.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's one trade, one win. So I'm just going to do a couple more, just to make sure people get the setup. And then I want to just look at gold for the week to see what you would achieve. Right. So what have I got here? So I'll remove those indicator things. What here for everything? No. Now I did a video yesterday. Was it on this one? Was it about, yeah, it was about that one there, about this area here actually. It's in my own little group. So I'll switch the matrix off. Oh, here, excuse me a minute, please. That's my target. Value area. Value area is grey, that's the bottom. That's the value area high. So that was the day before. There. The value, make it change it up there actually. Value area high, that's a target. That's a value area low. So we can forget this now. Now looking at this, the market opens here, it goes the other way, it then swings back in, and then you notice what happens, it's break and retest, and comes back. So let's make sure we're at the matrix is there, right there. After breaks and retests, we switch on our indicator. So getting back to Kathy, if you can help me out again, please. If you're there.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm just going to do this with this one, Kathy. I'm going to go between normal candles. So this is it here. Was the ninja down we're getting here. But I'm just going to go back to normal candles to see what it says, which would be that one there. So that one's fully underneath this line. So it actually broke through the candle before. So that one, you could even potentially get in actually on that one if you're doing it normal candles. But if you want to really go with the indicator, you would get in the next one. Okay.
Yeah.
So just double check. So, so you would enter the trade on this one here using the indicator. Is that correct? Or
Yeah.
tell me, please.
Yeah. Would you you'd set an alert in that situation for?
Yes.
Would you set an alert? You'd put an alert on the value area high line.
Correct. That's what I do. Yes.
Yeah. And then you'd wait for your ninja down.
That's correct.
And then you check that the matrix was the same color.
Yeah. So we're in the value area. Tick. We've had an alert for the ninja down. Tick. We're in the matrix for the down area. Excellent. So we've got everything lined up. We don't have any oscillators. We don't have anything else. Nice and simple. We're reading the charts live. We're just using our trusted matrix and our trusted indicator to get to our target, which was the previous day's point of control, which we can actually see there. That's the, no, it's not. Why am I saying that for? I apologize. The target is down here.
Wow. Yeah.
So let's see what happens. Yeah. It came down here. It has not achieved our aim. That's not the target. We'll switch that off. That's the target there. But we are in the trade. We entered there. We exited there when the matrix went green, and we've just taken 165 points, which depends on your broker. It could be 16 pips. Could be, I'm not even tell you what your broker could be worth. It could be the zero on the other end as well. So you've exited the trade the way I use it, using the matrix as a safe exit. That's how I use it. But so far, it has not achieved the target, but we walked out with a nice, healthy profit. Which you wouldn't be too disappointed with, would you? Not at all.
No, that's all right. And we've got a ninja up as well, which, mind you, you wouldn't use a ninja up as an exit strategy. It's just when the matrix changes.
That's how I do it, yeah, because you see it goes up and down, because we're in a nice red area. If you feel at any time you want to exit, you can. You're exiting profit. So getting back to, is James there, please? Again, he was Mr. Hackney.
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry, I was just doing breakfast.
It's okay. So I apologise. Can you help me with this?
Fine.
Can you help me with this? Your risk to reward, please, to this point here. So we're going to go a short. So where would you put? Would you do it from here? Yeah, let's just do it from there. The entry we're talking about. Where would you want? Where would you want your stop loss for this, please?
So for me, it would probably be just above the previous candle for the ninja down. So
just above there, or just above there?
Above that one there, yeah. So the
one there.
Previous candle, yeah.
So that's what he does one way. Now, other people, just a little bit extra if you want just up there, but it's all about choices. Because I don't know if you've learned that from Mr. Karn, where you get as much risk to reward as possible with the ninja smart money. It's a good, and well done on your path. So we take that all the way down, and we get the beep on a phone or a computer, and from 1 to 2.7. Not as much as the last one. So the last one, what's 1 to 6 points, so 6.8% the previous trade. And this one we had 2.7%. Now, is anybody here quite good at maths? But is that just almost 9% or a bit more?
Yeah, it's about 9%, I think.
Yeah. And for those people that are looking to pass the FTMO, I think the first one it's 10% and then it drops to 5%.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So we're almost at passing FTMO, and we've still got all these here to do. And it's day
my
one.
My Forex funds is 8% on the first round.
So in 2 trades, we've passed it in 1 morning.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody can see any value in this simple 3-line strategy. Or we go back in time for the target for today. Has everybody seen enough for the setup and how we do things? For now? Thank you.
Yeah, that was very good. Thanks.
So I'm aware of the time. It is just short of 9 AM, but I'll stay on a little bit extra. Now, earlier on, I mentioned I would look at setup for gold. I said I would talk about risk to reward. Now, I also mentioned FTMO and the numbers. So if we'd started this morning, we're almost past for FTMO. And we would have passed it with telling 8%. And I'll just really quickly just go these. I'm not going to do anything with them. I'll just show you real quick these ones here. Market opened, was target, it didn't achieve it because we're looking for it to go up. You would take the small, you would get small wins all the way along or staying out of it. Next one is another one that smashed target there. That one there, NAS 100. US oil. So there's lots of wins throughout the day. This is more advanced stuff I'm putting on with different fib levels and things where it rejects these areas. You can. This is all based on balance of the market. This one's to come down to there, so that will be a really nice one when that happens.
Can I just ask for clarity then, Jeff? You know, US 30 that at the minute has pushed further down. Is that still, that's basically, that is still an opportunity to trade for you?
For up to there, absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah, just checking, just making sure. Yeah, okay.
Probably about 230. So someone mentioned earlier on, that's going to just, look at the day before. Look at this here. It wicked that line yesterday, and I went straight to profit. That time, people asked, it started at 250, 240. Just be careful with market open. Really be careful in New York market open.
It's crazy, yeah.
Yeah, I would even let it. Don't be scared to jump in, but look for, if you do that, wait for a pullback first if you can.
Yeah.
So it has a small one there, if that's enough for some people. There's a small one there. There's different names for this. Your potential entry points here. So that's where I would look at it if I wanted to. If you missed it, also you just let it go. There's always another trade. It's better to protect your account. So this one here, even if it's from where it is right now, we wouldn't be too disappointed if we had a day like that on top of everything else. If you look at what happened yesterday, almost no drawdown. I went to the moon. Quickly, I'm just going to go through them all. So I set these up at the start of the day. The target it started up here, it came down and hit a target. I've not even spoken about that one. The FTSE 100 has hit target as well. Huge profit that one. Another one, the German 30 started up here. Did it hit a target? It smashed through it. Another one. Euro 50. There's a POC. Went up. Did it hit target? Just slightly short. Just ever so slightly short. So if we get into there, if you exit there, again, you would have had profit. Hardly any no drawdown, and it'll be a tight stop loss, risk reward, again, really good. Another one here, did it hit target? Nikkei 225, absolutely smashed it, and it kept going. You would exit there. So does this work? For me, smash target, kept going, exit there. Yes, it does. Risk to reward from what you've seen so far, 2 trades, 9%. But I could take any of these, as you can see, there's an awful lot of them. They're doing really, really well. Next questions we have is time it. Am I correct? You seen the results so far? Thanks, James. So next thing we have to do is look at the time of the day, and this where back testing helps. I'm going to stick with gold because we can all trade gold. We don't need a special broker. We don't need to be worried about putting a lot of sides of 1%. You know, so the good thing about this. So what I'm going to do is with this, I'm going to go back. I'll go back a full week, and you tell me about the times of the. I'll just. This little tool's been playing up with me today, actually. 27th of September. This little tool takes you back in time to the date in question. The date in question, my lords. So the 24th and the 26th. Just check. I actually want. So there we have the Friday moving into the Sunday at 11 p.m. when the market opens. Yeah, there we go there. So I'm not going to do high Kanashi candles because I don't want to move backwards and forwards. I'll just keep with normal candles, 5 minute. I'll switch on my volume. And just wait for it to come up. Yeah, it's the first one as far as it goes back. So I then have to go forward one. And for here, that's our initial target. Does it hit it? Yes. Now, what time was that? It hit it. It hit it at 2:45. Does it hit it again? Does it? It's up here. Suddenly, this here. That's not right. That's right. Does it hit it again? No, it doesn't. So that one, that was an evening trade only. Early morning. Next one. We're here. Market opens. That's a target. We're in value. We're in value. Good. We're just waiting. It wicks it early in the morning. Does it hit it later? Absolutely smashes it in the afternoon. New York open, it just went down, or even slightly before that there. So we got that one. It's that the value area is up there. So let me see the value area. It turns around. Let's see, you get the next candle there. It kept going. Let me put the matrix on. So this is, so you would have just stayed. If I get in there, for example, the reason for there, because that's not in the value area. Although there's another version you can get in, but let's stay out with that there just now. We're in the value area. We just keep going. And we just keep going. And exit the trade there. Beep. So that was an afternoon trade. Again, risk to reward on that would have been massive. That would have been about 1 to 5, 1 to 4, something like that. Next day, switch these off. Next one, where's the target? Target's up here. Does it hit it? Not sure. Let me just double check where the value area is. Value area is there. Target's up there. Does it hit it? It absolutely smashes it. What time? Let's go back in time. The value area. Value area is up here. It's there. 1:30, 1:45. Let's look at the matrix. It's green. I'm happy with that. And it went to the moon. It just kept going. Risk to reward on that would be absolutely phenomenal. Exit the trade there. Is everybody getting a little excited? Next day, same thing. look for point of control. Target is down here. Let me just first, does it achieve it? No, it doesn't achieve the target. Let's look at the value area. Value area is up here, and it wicks it a couple of times, goes in it a couple of times there. Wait for the retest. Comes back up. You could potentially have been in this one here, but I think I was in this one, to be honest. Either break even or a small profit. Why? Because you've got the matrix. The matrix tells you to exit the trade, get out of the trade, and that's what you do. And that happens all day. For that one, I played a small trade there, and I didn't play with it for the rest of the day. It just bounced around that price. Next one, point of control there. Yeah, market opens here. Does it hit it? It smashes it. What time would you enter that one? 7 a.m. Next trade, point of control is up there. Price, does it hit it? Yes. Hits it in the middle of the night. Does it hit it again? No. So you can see from there, Paul, there's a balance of afternoon trades and evening trades with this particular one.
I think the thing is you only need one trade a day, especially if you're getting like a risk to reward of like 1 to 3 or at least or something. And so yeah, it's just a case of getting up in the morning, isn't it, and working through.
Yeah.
Seeing what's
if you want to work one evening a week, your FT most challenge pass for the month.
Yeah.
Using these here. I'm going to stop sharing. I'm just open for questions. Hi, Alistair. I saw you there. Sorry.
Yeah, morning. I came in late. I thought it was Paul this morning, so I came in late for that anyway. So, how's Thailand?
Jeff's carrying on for us because he's bringing good stuff to us.
I'm not going to say it's better. It's an addition. Yeah, it's good. I'm not for getting up at the crack of dawn, and I get up at 5:30 to do exercise. But yeah, if you're going to try it, then it's probably worth doing is having a late night, early morning, and seeing what goes on. But I've seen 2:30, 2 o'clock, 2:30, where that has jumped, and I've been watching and looking at that. That definitely has been happening.
Yeah. So what I showed there was gold. I would say it's a balance of New York Open and early in the morning. For German 30, you do get early trades with German 30. That one moves quite violently, quite aggressive. So just be careful with that one. German 30. You can do very well with that one, though.
Do a little experiment, guys, right? This is what I'm thinking. So let's suppose you use this and you pass $100,000 funded account, right? 8% growth with my Forex funds. 100,000, right? Times 8%. That's 8,000. That's 8% account growth, just to show 2 trades that were 9%, right? You get the first month, I think with my Forex funds, for example, it's 75% of that. And I think with FTMO, it's 80%. Is it the first month? Let's go 75%. That's 6 grand. So you stay at one night a week in a month, one night in a month. I can live off that.
That's a good point.
It's there. People don't want to do it because it's out of the norm. But that's like, and the other thing just to say is like, I started yesterday messing around. Well, not messing around, right? I say messing around because I'm quite prepared to fail. It's like learning to ride a bike. You know you're going to fall off, scrape your knees and your elbows. I started yesterday just messing around. All that I've got a nice profit there. What happens if I leave it, you know, on demo and stuff like that? Now I'm full mode into like just doing a demo account and just doing not crazy shit, but like, well, it has hit the target, but is gold today going to go back up there? Let's see. I've got a ninja alert set on it now already while Jeff's been speaking, you know, and stuff like that. And that's how you get good, by doing it, not by keep watching trainings again and again and again and again. So I encourage you all to roll your sleeves up and just get in and on a demo. You can't do any wrong on a demo, can you? But have that in mind. You got a $100,000 account. In one day, you could probably make $6,000. And even if I have to stay up all night to do that, so what? One night a month. I have the rest of the month entirely free.
Jeff, do you follow Anastasia?
I do.
It's funny, yesterday on the NAS 100, she put in a trade yesterday at 2 o'clock, and it's spot on with your POC.
Yep.
So,
Just like she's changing her strategy. I think in the IM they have some people that look at what we do because of different educators of, I believe, are hearing stuff, and she's changing her strategy. She calls it a 4-step simple strategy. That's so she's releasing it at the end of the month. So let's see.
No, it's just good to, because she comes on at 2 o'clock, and it's I sometimes follow her and sort of compare to what we've got as well, you know, and sometimes they match up.
Yeah. So let everybody know, Anastasia is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday English channel, 2 p.m. The problem is she's not showing on the Forex channel. You have to go to our chat channel or just look for her. And on Thursday, on the Polish channel at the same time, 2 p.m. Very good. A little bit emotional. Well, New York Open is a very emotional time to trade live in front of quite a few people. Yeah, she's very good though. She does indices, NAS 100, Standard & Poor's, US 30. And just to let you know, she's quite direct. If you ask what she considers silly questions, she'll tell you to go back to the 100 and 200 series. Yeah, and yeah, so we've got. I'll stay on a little bit longer. Any other questions, please?
Awkward.
It's 3 lines. We're going back in time to the day before. We draw 3 lines, and then they become our targets. Make sure the matrix, we're inside the matrix, heading towards our target. With or without the indicator is okay, but feel a bit more confidence if you have the indicator, for sure. And then once it hits target, you have to ask yourself, do you wish to stay in the trade or just wait around a little bit and trust the matrix? Because if it does go the opposite way, the matrix will tell you. The matrix will tell you.
The thing is, why would you not want to use the indicator in the matrix? Because it just makes it easy.
Yeah, makes it easy, doesn't it?
Let the tools do the work. I mean,
yeah. So far, I've not spoken about any candles, any particular price action. You can get onto that. Everything you've learned up to now in IM Academy and the ninjas you can use with this. This I've just tried to simplify it as little as possible. Always thinking of new people. We draw 3 lines. Trust the matrix. Trust an indicator. When you say it like that, it seems almost. Was it Anne last week? She says, "Wait, what's the catch?" I think Anne's on today. You've got the catches. You've actually got to practice it on demo first. Step 1. It's possible. Thinking about it, watching videos is great. I'm not that handsome, so it's not about me. Press the button on demo, make the mistakes, and then when you're ready, if and only if you're ever ready. Yeah, what's the catch? And thank you. Yeah, catches you've got to actually practice on a demo account.
if there's a catch, it's that some of them happen during the night for us, but for some people in the countries, that's amazing. It's like, and for night owls, it's amazing, you know. So if there's nothing's perfect, and if you had to nitpick, that'd be the only thing you could nitpick as, and it's a minor gripe, isn't it? If you got one trade out of those at 3% a day, you can compound an account like crazy, and in 3 days you've passed my Forex fund. So, or just stay up.
Paul, have you not got to do this, the FTMOs and that over like 10-day period?
But FTMO is a minimum. Well, my Forex funds, I think, is a minimum 5. FTMO may well be 10 trading days. But what you can do, loan people to do this. So let's supposing you just took those 2 trades that Jeff showed where it was 9%, right? Okay, so FTMO, you're nearly there. Let's supposing you could do it today. You could find another little trade to do that. And you're using, I don't know, lot size 5.0. Once you've hit your target today, you've got another 9 days left to go where you just do a trade at 0.01. Win or lose doesn't matter because it's not going to affect your percentage on the account, but you've passed the trading day criteria. You know, and if they speak to you, you just say, well, this is my strategy. I trade 1 day a month to get my 10% to make my $6,000.
Thank you, Helen.
Cheers, Helen. Yeah, I needed my break away to sort of get a bit of clarity on these sort of things, and I'm absolutely spot on with what I've just shown you with the math. You can't deny the math. If you could take those trades and grow your account like that 1 day a month, it's a full-time wage for most people around the world. That would be a good full-time wage. You know.
Paul, while we're here, you put up a nice post yesterday about looking for a name for the strategy. If you could comment in Paul's post, please. I'll share Paul if you want. There you go.
Yeah, I don't mind calling it Jeff's strategy, but it's not.
No, I completely get it. I mean, Mr. Andrews Pitchfork's quite famous, but I don't like calling it Goodwin's 3 lines or whatever. I don't like that idea.
No, nobody really ever says Andrews Pitchforks. They just say pitchforks.
Yes, they do.
So it could be Jeff's strategy, but we can't just call it strategy either. So
yeah. I've just had my brother message me because he's in the ninjas. He's called it either Checkout or Back to the Future. I'll tell him to post in the let me just share my screen a minute. Let me see if we can see Paul's post from yesterday. Can you everybody see my screen?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Paul kindly put this up yesterday. We need a name. We need looking for the ninjas' help. Give us a name, please. And in here, there's 20 odd. There's many strategies, and I quite like David's trading in the zone. Actually, quite like that one. I put a few up there. Yeah. I called it Balance, Renaissance, Matrix Cash Machine, Yesterday's Hero, Back to the Future. I put one in as well. There's lots of different ideas. Would love your input, please. Would love your input. If you please think about it and put it. All the ninjas would really appreciate it. Yep. Yes. It says. So thank you very much for the opportunity to share this with you this morning. Does anyone have any questions at all or anything else you would like to say to Paul, me, Kevin, or any other live educators? Perhaps so. No?
I'll just mention if I can.
I was just going to say, sorry, interesting, looking at gold at the moment, it's Paul's favourite imbalance coming up. If you look on the hour, there's a huge amount of imbalance about to be taken over.
Got to be filled.
Have a look.
I just knew when.
It's on gold, it goes back to the 30th of September. If you go on the hour,
Oh, yeah, I see it. Yeah. Wow. So, chances are loads of imbalance. That's got to come down. And there's a point of control down there as well.
All this here.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is.
I'm just going to set an alert on that line, guys.
Wow. That'd be a nice rejection off of that. What happens? Look at it. Oof.
Because it's created some imbalance where the price is now, look, the previous candle, there's imbalance there. So if that keeps going down, it's got to come back up to there at some point. Whether it'll do it soon or later, I don't know. But
oh, yeah.
I'm going to add an alert on that line with a note that says imbalance.
Yep. And if you could do me, once this is finished, I'm going to upload this to the group, and I would love your feedback under the video. Also, your markups. If you go into your trading view, our markups, add your 3 lines. I know it's only 3 lines, but some people might not feel comfortable. It's like when I first started adding pitchforks, I couldn't get it right. And it's like super simple, but adding the 3 lines, just ask them for feedback, and I'll answer. Draw the value area high, the value from the previous, always from the day before. So we've basically got 2 days of information on your charts just to begin with. In fact, to begin with, you won't see today's. So we see that one there. Draw your 3 lines. And I've tried to make it as less busy as possible with no oscillators. You could add oscillators and things, but simple strategy. It goes from A to B.
Well, when we do Ninja trading system, we say let the scanner give you the potential trade setup, let the pitchforks tell you how far the price is likely to go, and use the Ninjacator to let you know when to get in. This is just the same, isn't it? You put in instead of pitchforks, you've got your lines, you've got your 3 lines, that's all. The point of control is telling you how far the price is likely to go. It's the same thing. You're just using the high and the low area to let you know when to start looking. That's your field of play. It's kind of the same but different, isn't it?
Yep. Absolutely.
If you can learn this, you ought to be able to move into Ninja trading system. If you can learn Ninja trading system, you ought to be able to learn this. Because actually, it's not that different. It's just not using pitchforks. It's just using the high and the low, and you've still got how far should the price go. Ninjacator and Matrix to let you know when to get in. And Jeff's using it brilliantly, which I always said you could to get out. I just never tend to do it. I tend to get my 10 pips and run. But with this, I'll probably try letting it run a bit more. I like it.
Thank you all for giving me this opportunity to share.
You want to say something, Alistair?
Yeah, just would you, if it's going to run and it's late and you might need some sleep, would you put an exit manager on it? Would that work okay? Could you do that?
Yeah, that should work fine. It's something I said to Jeff yesterday. I might try, but it's just getting that. It's actually just getting the bloody time just to sit here with no distractions and just actually do it. But that's my plan. And again, talking of no distractions, I would happily stay at one night a month to make $6,000.
I spent 7 hours yesterday trying to sort out a demo MT4. It didn't work, and it wouldn't work, and oh my gosh, the whole day. What a palaver.
Yep.
But anyway, it's fixed.
Good.
Hi, Tony. Just saw you there. Apologise. Right.
Tony sneaked in under the radar.
Yeah.
Happy birthday for yesterday, Tony.
Yeah, thanks, Paul. Yeah, I got over it now.
Yeah. So let me just go through everybody, please. From Mr. Mike Ballybike, do you have any questions? We're through everybody. Any uncertainties? Can't hear you, mate. You're muted. You're muted.
I like to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually up virtually all night again. I did it on Sunday. I did it last night. On demo, I was in 4 trades, and I took 330 pips when I broke it down from points, and it was a 26%.
Ooh, well done. So do me a favor, everybody.
Yeah.
In Discord, share your wins. We're not allowed to talk about percentages, but we can share a photo, an image, but try not to have percentage. Sure, you can risk your reward, the number of pips. I'd really appreciate that. I would feel good about we do that.
We don't want to get out the realms of reality and, you know, mindset plays a part in all this. But Mike, if you pass the FTMO challenge,
I'm just starting my challenge now.
At a 6-figure account, you'd make $26,000 profit. Your 75%, which is what my Forex funds give you, times 75%. What happened there? 26,000 times 75%. You only would have made 19.5 grand.
I know. I'd only be back in Bali, wouldn't I?
Probably not worth it. I don't know, Tia. But
yeah, I'm just actually starting the FTMO free trial today to pass that.
Sign. You've done it already?
No, I started I signed it up last night.
Yeah.
Starting today.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll get there.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm just aware of the time. Alistair, Tony, Clive, Kathy, Anne.
Hi, Jeff. No, it's exciting. No, it's good. And I've seen several of your presentations, and so I missed the beginning. I'm going to look back on the recording and just see what you covered off. But yeah, it's really good.
Thank you.
And yeah, have to have some late nights just to do it. I think you've got to do it live and late. Is that a good name for your site? Live and late.
But for the people in Australia, it's perfect for them. Well, but then again, I showed you afternoon trades as well.
Yeah. You don't have to stay up late, guys. It's like it's greed to try and make 26% in one go is just greed. And what will always kill Forex for you is greed. You only need one bad day. You got like 6 trades running on one bad day. So, you know, if you can make 3, 4, 5, 6% a day, it's a good. Trust me, you're fine.
Yeah.
But if you want to stay up late, why not? I'm probably going to.
Yeah. When I always set my trades up, then eventually I fall asleep and I wake up. If I missed a couple, I'm like, oh, that's a greed thing. Oh, I missed out.
You should set up a late night trading group to keep everybody else awake when you're doing this, I think.
Yeah, but me and Jeff are working on Ninja Coffee as a little offshoot.
Quite like that name, Ninja Coffee, yeah. But please remember, if you can react to Paul's post in the group, any ideas you have the name for the start, would really appreciate it. All of the ninjas. We've got to call it something. Absolutely.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right, guys, I'm going to go. Thanks, Jeff. That's amazing. Get well soon, Anne. Oh, she's gone.
Yep. So I'm going to stop recording now. Have a great day.
Yeah, thanks, Jeff.
Thanks,
See you at the
Jeff.
top.
Great.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye for now.
Bye.
Thanks, Paul.